Norvell praised how Jordan Travis did. How did you think he performed? And also, how did you think those other quarterbacks handled it today, including the guys that you guys turned live?
Jordan was Jordan. He got in there, operated efficiently, made good decisions, took care of the ball. So it's good to see him go out there and operate, at a high level. So sometimes you get accustomed to seeing it, and you kind of take it for granted. But he's a special player.
Sure. It seemed like Coach Norvell talked a lot about the passing game, a number of guys making big plays and scoring today. With that first team offense, especially the passing game, when it's really clicking with the mismatches and things it can create, I guess, just what's it like to watch that? And just, how beneficial do you think how guys can play off each other?
I think the positive came from, we had our whole, operation going from communication to everything from sideline to on. And I think the biggest thing we saw was just the growth over the summer of being able to get the signal, get lined up, operate with tempo and confidence. So that helps the passing game quickly because we can get lined up and operate. And now guys are not worried about their assignment. They're looking at what the defense is doing. So a receiver cannot just say, okay, what do I have on this route? Now he sees it, knows it, he's looking forward and kind of predicting or visualizing what he's going to see as he starts attacking downfield, which operates and make it faster. So I think that helps the pass game. Now, we got guys that are matchup problems, it's going to cause some issues, but everybody ain't just playing man coverage. So you got to, sometimes you got to know how to get to find these holes and get to these spaces and know what route depth and things like that. It goes beyond just the mismatch. So I think those guys did a good job of operating within the system, seeing the signal, getting lined up, and not just processing their assignment, but attacking what they're seeing in front of them. All right.
You guys, you brought back a lot of really nice skill players, but then you added in some really nice skill players as well. Like, what have you seen from Jordan in terms of, I guess, using all of the weapons you guys have, and how excited has he been about trying to, find the best mismatch, but also kind of spread the ball around?
Yeah, he's doing but he's allowing the game to come to him where he's not just saying, okay, I got to get the ball to this guy. Right. No, you have a weapon at each spot. Whoever gets it in those situations can be special with the ball. So now he's more attacking what the defense give him. And now if you take that underneath throw, it can go from 3 yards to 12 yards because of the special players catching the ball. So I think it does, when we get to the matchups, and they got them all covered down, and it's 0 is cover 1. Yeah, somebody got to go win. Yeah, there's a preferable matchup, but at the end of the day, it's really those players that are catching the ball and doing what they do after the catch. And I think that's what's been a relief for Jordan is I don't have to force or go for that big gusto. I can take the check down, I can take the underneath throws, and it still can, and still get big plays out of them because of the players that we have that can do that.
Eric?
Was there a moment today where you're just like, okay, like something clicked, like in the player's mind? It was either on the field, off the field, the way that they communicated, the way that they were paying attention, their mindset, just a single moment where you're like, all right, like this is exactly what we're looking for.
Big thing I watch in practice is their eyes. There's like a process when we call a play from the sideline, they're looking at you. That's the first part of eyes. And they run on the field, and they should be knowing exactly where they're going. Now they're looking at the defense. A lot of times you get nervous when their eyes are, they're looking at you, and then they get the call, and they're still kind of looking at you like trying to process what they're going to do. And then they run out there, and they're still processing what they're going to do. And then they line up hoping they do it right. And that comes through repetition, comes through being comfortable. So it's so much like you can't, like they can meet to death. Unless we do it a bunch of times, it doesn't really matter. So we're starting to see that confidence in the assignment because, we're throwing the whole game. The whole deal is in. We're not eliminating. So, for them to start to settle down, the installs settle down a little bit, to see them operate with efficiency, that was the moment I saw it as far as like they're looking at you when you call the play in the huddle. When they take the field, they're looking at the defense and they're going right to their spots. The more we can get that thing sharpened, the better we can operate.
Sure. Coach Norvell said, I think Destin Hill had a nice catch in 2-minute drill today. It seems like he's good for a real nice play a day, pretty much. How impressed have you been? For a guy who's out of organized football for so long, how he's hit the ground, and it seems like there's no freshman wall he's kind of hitting either.
That's just mindset. Our job as coaches is we have talented players. And, the work is hard, man. It's a long camp. It's every day. It's all day. It's not like a refreshment period. So really it's training the mindset of how to approach. But at the end, he has something that's hard to find. He has desire. Whereas you don't have to motivate or inspire him. It's already in him. He knows why he's doing it. He knows why he wants to do it. So those are the ones you have to protect from themselves. As long as there's work, he's going to go find it. So he's a get after it. I really want to praise his mindset and his approach of his preparation, which is allowing him to have those opportunities. So, sometimes as a coach, you have a guy with all the talent in the world, but the desire is not quite there yet. So you have to inspire them for the desires. So instead of making them meet, they want to meet, they want to go get to work. He has that in him already, man. He comes from a wonderful high school program, and he does it. I mean, he knows why he's working, what he wants to get out of this.
Aslan?
Coach, I know for you guys on the offensive line, it's do your job, just focus singularly on your job. But how easy or easier does it become for a guy to do his job when he has the confidence that the guy beside him knows how to do his job? And where are you guys at in that process?
Yeah, I mean, that's why early on, we had a couple of new pieces. I don't move them around. I keep them in one spot so they can learn and build the confidence to be able to do that before we start building the depth and other spots of continuity. But yeah, also because now, for example, when you first get in camp, the O-line makes every call. They get up there and they might say, hey, this us two to these two. And I mean, they're giving away everything and they're calling. Now you start seeing the continuity where they don't even have to say much. They understand. I know he knows what I mean when I do something, when I have a particular action. I know he knows when I'm dummy calling, when I'm really giving the call. I know he knows why I'm widening out here. Those things come with the continuity coming. And we have a bunch of that. We had a bunch of guys, that out there that's played a lot of reps. So, I am spoiled in that fact. I've had the same guys for a while. But those new guys starting to see them take on that where they're building that relationship and that room, the continuity. That I give those guys a salute for that because the closeness of the room is starting to show with what I'm seeing in the less, I know this is going to sound crazy, less communication because they already know the guy knows.
Ira?
Coach Norvell said that he thinks Darius is playing, his best football since he's been here. And he's one of those guys that, like Maurice, that got thrown into it right away, probably when they weren't ready. How much fun has it been to watch him this year, kind of being healthier and bigger and stronger? And we already know about his versatility, but how far has he come even from last season?
Darius embodies the total of what we want a guy to become once they get into that 4th and 5th year of when all 5 spots, knowing how to practice, knowing how to operate, knowing the expectation. He is the embodiment of that because when we got in, he had the shoulder surgery and then he had a knee deal last year, and now he's fully healthy and ready to roll. So he's having fun. He's playing with confidence. And that's what I tell those linemen. The game doesn't get fun until you know what to do and you're in good shape and you're strong. It is not fun to play with line when you don't know what to do, you're not strong, and it's hard to get through practice. It's not an enjoyable experience. He's getting the fruit of those labor where now it's fun. So that's when you start playing your best ball because I know what to do. I know what to expect. I know how my body's going to feel when I'm tired. I know what's going to hurt when it happens. I've been there before. So some of those young guys, they haven't hit that fun part yet. It's still a challenge for them, and I'll make sure it's a challenge in how I operate with them. But he's at the fun part of it. Now it's oh my, I love coming to practice. I love coming to work because I know what to expect. I know what to do, and if I have a mistake, I know exactly what I did right after the play.
For the last one.
I think you got asked last week. I guess we can kind of double back. How close do you think you are to having kind of your 5? And I know you got to have more than 5 on an offensive line, but having your 5 guys kind of picked out.
There are 8 guys that can go win us football games. 2 more that can go in a game and operate at a high level, and we'll see if they can win the game. They just haven't done it yet. So I feel good with that room. But I think it's a unique situation where we play more than 5.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.